Shalom. It's your brother Malcolm from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh by Shem Shai. Double honors unto the apostles, the true elders and leaders of all Israel on earth today, whether you receive that or not. And salutation to the Akim, the confusion of the face Akim, and whatever Akwath that are out there listening and learning, and to the hopeful elect. Salutations and shalom. I'm going to skillfully add to a video that one of the lieutenants in my camp did. It's called The Name Esau. It's on by the brother Saint Benji, who we affectionately call Saint Benji Ratazawanya, on the Son of the Right channel, GMS Son of the Right. And it's going to go on. This is going to be a very short lesson. He was talking about the name Esau, and he ended it on Malachi, and and I watched the video and enjoyed it. Very edifying. I decided that I would, just jump in there and add to it. So this is my Zondervan King James Bible. And, they have the paragraph that basically gives you the overview of what the chapter is about. Well, Esau kind of went off on this one because the subject matter is, it says the burden of the, is it what starts? It says the burden of the verse 1. The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? So the whole book of Malachi, just as the whole book of Obadiah, is about the destruction of Esau. And it identifies Esau as the proud. All right? And then and the proud and the wicked. And the scriptures clearly states that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and that the wicked will be ruling the earth when the end came. And every scholar, every Christian, any people who don't believe in the Bible but believe in some sort of power, everyone's in agreement that this is the end of days, man. I mean, if it were not so, why are they making so much money on bug out bags? Just Google bug out bags. And watch how many things. Esau's not gonna generate income and manufacture things and sell things if for nothing. Look at how many movies are about the end of days, apocalyptic thing, cannibalistic thing, monsters, nuclear destruction, wars. I mean, that's all that you see on TV and at the movies now, man. Okay, not to mention that billions are being spent on fallout shelters and luxury doomsday bunkers, man, by millionaires and billionaires. All right. Anyway, let's get into the title. I'm just going to read the highlighted portion that I highlighted. Actually, I'm going to read the whole thing. And it says, probably living approximately the same time as Ezra and Nehemiah, about 450 BC. Malachi was the last of the writing prophets. He rebuked the sinfulness which infected even the people who returned from exile, particularly the errors tolerated by the priests. He turned his eyes to the people, not only to the past, but also the future. So what people's future? Israel's and Esau's. All right. Israel's, the sons of Esau and the sons of Israel. All right. And Esau was promised to be cursed and destroyed and go into captivity. And Israel was promised the kingdom because Esau had his blessing was this current present earth, which he has ruined and destroyed. Okay. Jumping down into it. This is Malachi verse 1. The word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste. Remember that word, waste and heritage. Okay? And laid his heritage in waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Remember that word border. All right. The border of wickedness. All right. The people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. All right. Said he has indignation against these Edomites, these Esau, Edom. This is also letting you know that Edom is Esau. All right. Because it started off in verse 2 saying Esau, and then in verse 2 and 3, and then in verse 4 it called them Edom, because Edom is plural, meaning the sons of Esau, his children, the peoples past, as it said in the top. The peoples was the people of Israel and the people of Edom, of Esau. That's the subject matter. Okay. And matter of fact, when you look at it says outline. Number 1, Yahweh's love for Israel. Number 2, Israel offends Yahweh. Number 3, Yahweh's requirements. Number 4, the righteous and the wicked. So Esau is the wicked. All right. Pause that. Okay, Salakia had a little interruption there. So let me look at this precept real quick before I read it. This wasn't kind of going off the reservation a little bit. This wasn't in my plan. This is this is Jeremiah 49 and 18. As the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh, no man shall abide, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. And that was my precept for Malachi 1 and 3. What said he's going to lay Edom's heritage waste. So Edom's not going to have anything, man. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Joel, the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 31. And it reads, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh come. And what's that? That means basically when those missiles fill the air, man, they're going to blot out the sun. Just like it said in that movie, The 300, man, with so many arrows that it got dark, man. And plus when those missiles implode and explode, those mushroom clouds and all the ash of the mushroom clouds and all the ash is going to rise up from all the mushroom clouds, man. And it's going to darken the skies, man. All right. Back in Malachi in verse 4, when it said that they would rebuild, basically that was talking about the Renaissance, because the Edomites were taken down. Rome was destroyed. Jake took over and rose up. All right. Which Esau tries to omit and hide that history. But Israelites, so-called Negroes, ruled Europe and the old world basically for 1,000 years, man. And then Esau came back into power. That's why they came back into power with such vengeance, doing iconoclasm, trying to destroy all the relics, but the relics are still all over Europe. For anyone who wants to debate that, you're really being foolish and just not being honest with yourself, because the relics are all over Europe, from Germany to Switzerland to Finland, Denmark. They're images of Negroes carved in rocks and stones and statues, and that has been dug up all over the place, man. Britain, Scotland, Ireland, you can't get around it, man. All you gotta do is do a little bit of diligent research and you'll find that to be true. All right. Now let me jump to Malachi, the fourth chapter, and I'm going to read verses 1 through 3. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And that's the precept to that is Joel 2 and 31 yet again. All right. And it says, but unto you that fear my name shall the sun, and the only people declaring the true name of the Lord is basically the Israelites, man, particularly the men of GMS and a couple of other Israelite sects out there. All right. Because you got, one guy, the leader of what I'm going to just boldly say the truth, a false sect. He'll say Yahweh Bashim Abashab when he's talking to other Israelites, but for some ungodly reason, whenever the so-called white man is around and there's a camera in his face, he never mentions Edomite or Yahweh Bashim Abashai. That's very suspect. But then the fools that follow him can't seem to get that. But anyway, it says, Verse 2 in Malachi 4. Verse 2. But unto you the fear of my name, that fear my name, shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing and wings, and you shall go forth and grow up as calves of a stall, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. So the Lord is going to give the men of the elect, the 144,000, power to tread down Esau, man. All right, that's coming, and that's what's going to happen. All right. So now let's get into some of these definitions that I want to look up. Right here I have in front of me the Winston Simplified Dictionary Encyclopedia Edition 1933 with biblical references. Okay. And then I also have the complete works of Shakespeare. Right. All right. Shakespeare's complete works. And, you know, that mark, that leprosy, when Esau was wasted away, the mark that was put on him was the mark of leprosy, which is the paleness of flesh. All right. And don't try to use ruddy for King David. You know, ruddy it goes back to the word Rubicon. All right. And when you look up the word Rubicon, not the Newspeak definition, because there's even a Newspeak definition in here. But if you go up online and look up ruddy animals, and first thing you're going to see is brown horses, brown ducks, brown dogs, animals that are brown with red hues in them. All right. Like there's an image floating around on the internet of an Iroquois Indian, Native American, a Gadite named Skelemy. I think it's spelled Skeellamy. He was a chieftain of the Iroquois, and he's brown, but he's got those red tones in his skin. All right. So it's funny how you would try to say that the natives are red, but then you would turn around and try to say that the Jews were red, that Edom, that King David was red. See, that makes no sense, because so-called white men and natives are not the same color. Natives are very, very dark. So you're just liars, man. But anyway, this is the color red, Cain, and it says colored red, colored, adjective red. And I'm just going to show you. That's in the glossary. Let me find it with my finger. There it is. And put it up to the camera so you can see it for yourself. So you could, right, that's in the glossary of the complete works of Shakespeare. All right. See? The complete works of William Shakespeare. So it tells you that it's colored red. A couple other words that we wanted to look up was border, wicked, heritage, and waste. So let's look up border first. We're just going alphabetical order. All right, so let's look up border. As it said, Esau was the border of wickedness. Okay, border. And it reads, border is from the outer part or edge, anything in a margin, boundary, frontier, verge, an edging, path. All right. So basically the outer part or the edge of anything. So wherever Esau, that's the edge of wickedness. Wherever they begin, that's where wickedness begins. Okay. So let's go to the next definition, which would be heritage. And here's heritage. And I'm going to show you this one. And I've read this definition before. Heritage, noun, an estate that passes by descent. Definition number 2. An estate that passes by descent. Definition number 2, an inherited quality characteristic. Biblically, number 1, Israel, the chosen people of Yahweh. All right. Let's put that up to the camera so you can pause it and read it for yourself. Okay. Chosen people of Yahweh, man. Plain and simple. And it says that Esau's is wasted because he's the opposite, because God hated him. Remember, there's always got to be a front, back, left, right, up and down, loved and hated. Esau is hated, the so-called white man, is Edom. Heard that, General Gahana? Heard that, ISUPK? It's really easy, man. It's not that difficult. All right. Next word was wasted. Okay, or waste. And it reads, that's from the Latin, and it reads to lay in ruins, to make desolate, to destroy, to devastate. All right. So Esau, you've lived it up because you got the fatness of the earth, and now your time is up. We're at the end of the age, man. And since you changed the times, all right, wicked, evil intention and practice, sinful, immoral, pernicious, harmful, mischievous, roguish. All right, and that's wickedness. All right, so that will be the nation of Edom. So with that, I hope this was an edifying lesson, and shalom.